All right, welcome back. Here we go. We're ready for step 2. So you have all of your data consolidated and condensed, and you're going to be working off of this tab down here at the bottom that says copy of period 1. Now, in order for our next step in the pivot table process, I need to create a new tab. So I'm going to hit the plus button where it says add sheet. Okay, and you can see it says sheet 10, and right now it's just blank. This is the sheet I'm going to be working off of, but I'm going to be toggling back and forth between these two sheets, okay? So on this sheet 10, right now that's blank, I need to get my students' first and last names. So I'm going to copy column A and B, right click, copy. I'm going to go over to my blank sheet and I'm going to paste. Okay. Now, this is for my own purposes. It helps me kind of keep track. I always highlight the first student's name and I make it yellow just so I know which student is at the top of my roster. Okay. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to highlight, starting with Camden, my first student, and I'm going to copy all these students' names. Right click, copy. And then I'm going to paste it underneath. Paste underneath. Paste underneath. And I'm going to do that maybe, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. I'm not sure. Just, until I feel like I've had enough. Okay. So copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Let me tell you why in just a second. Maybe one more. That's probably sufficient. Okay. So now I've got on sheet 10 a list of all my students' names, and it's the same students. Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Let me tell you why I did that. Okay. Okay. This column, 1.2, right now I can see that Camden, my first student, he likes writing, problem solving, singing, athletics, organizing, listening, being a good friend, and helping others. All 8 of his talents right now are lumped together in that first cell. When I create a pivot table, I have to take all those 8 entries and spread them out and disaggregate them. Okay, so watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to click on column F. I'm going to go up here to data. And then midway down, it says split text to columns. All those entries that right now are separated by commas, when I click split text to columns, it's going to split that out so that each entry is in its own cell by itself, just like this. Watch. Okay. Now, Camden's 8 responses, instead of all being together, are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're all spread out. Now, I have to take each of these columns right here and move them over to sheet 10. Okay. So I'm going to highlight column F. Cut. I'm going to put it right here and paste. What I just did was I took this first entry that was Camden's and I moved it over here to a new sheet. And then I took this first entry that was Ryan's and I moved it over here to a new sheet. And I took this first entry that was Meredith's and I moved it over here to a new sheet. And I have to continue that process of moving each of these columns of data over to sheet number 10. Now, the reason I highlighted it is so I could make sure that when I copied this next column of data, that this first box that's Camden's data lines up with Camden on the spreadsheet. Okay, so I'm going to copy, oops, too far. Copy. Actually, I'm going to cut and then paste. And then I'm going to cut and paste. And then I'm going to cut and paste. Oops, that didn't work. Let's try. Cut and paste. And cut and paste. Now, as you can see, it's not hard. It's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's a little time consuming. I'm having to really manipulate the data into a way that it's organized a bit more friendly so I can actually do something with it. Okay, I'm almost done. Okay. Cut. Paste. One more. Cut. Oops. There we go. Cut. And paste. All right. That's step 2. Okay. Go ahead and do step 2, and then I'll meet you back here when you're ready for step 3.